Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015 whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the you in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share every time you see us around. Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget every Friday, 7 p.m., the Friday Fix. Don't forget at 1 p.m., Sunday Town Hall, Pacific time on both of those. And yeah, lots been happening, sir. Senor Wesley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Let's jump right into this. It's been a pretty hectic day over here in D.C., especially with it says collision between helicopter and plane kills 67 in nation's deadliest air disaster since 2001. A midair collision between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines flight from Kansas killed all 67 people aboard. The two aircraft officials said Thursday as they scrutinized the actions of the military pilot after the country's deadliest aviation disaster since 2001. At least 28 bodies, including all three soldiers who were on the helicopter, have been pulled from the icy waters of the Potomac River as recovery operations continue. So here's what we know. The cause of the collision is unclear. The National Transportation Safety Board said it is too soon to speculate and pledged to release a preliminary report within 30 days. Officials said flight conditions were clear and that the jet coming from Wichita, Kansas was making a routine landing when the helicopter flew into its path. Air traffic control communications less than 30 seconds before the crash. Air traffic control attempted to reach the helicopter asking whether it had plane in sight. It appears air traffic control had no communication with the jet. The identity of the victims are starting to emerge. Passengers on the flight included a group of figure skaters, their coaches, family members who were returning from a development camp that followed the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita. Well, this is we have footage of it.
Yeah, we have footage of the crash, and so I was reading up on it yesterday, and this gentleman he does he does planes and stuff, and then if you look at it, right, what's happening there is that it was pilot error. He said mostly it's pilot error. It's not the people in the tower and none of that stuff. Because if you see, there's a plane coming down, and there's also one going up, and the helicopter's coming this way. So the air traffic control's like, hey, look out for that plane. Do you see it? And the helicopter people are like, yeah, we see it. Because they looked to their right, and that's the one they were saying. They'd say we saw it, but on the left they didn't see that one coming up. And so to them, it was a blind side. And they said, I guess they were flying so low with the lights. It usually gives you on the Black Hawk, they would give you a warning, saying, hey, there's an imminent, something coming close to you, but they didn't see it. And so, boom, that's why they hit it. So it's pilot error at the end of the day. Because at first it was like, at first I'm thinking, well, who was on that plane they was trying to kill?
That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. I was like, this doesn't look like an accident to me. But I mean, with so many planes moving through the air all the time, you're surprised that more is not going on.
Well, I mean, since 2009, I mean, that's pretty good. It seems like the past administrations have been able to keep everything kind of solid. It's mostly just been Boeing messing things up. So,
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty wild that, a week later after someone fires a whole bunch of FAA people and the head of the FAA, that something tragic happens. And I mean, this is just a tip of the iceberg. If you think about it, now think about it, you get 2 million federal employees to fucking leave.
I mean, it's chaos. These people who are in power, I don't want to turn this into us blaming them. Not initially, but we will get into. I want to get into that here in a second.
Yeah.
I really want to focus on the lives of people who they lost 67 lives on that plane.
Yeah, plus the 3 helicopter pilots.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man, who that died. I fly a lot, and just to have something like that happen is tragic. You know what I mean? Period, plain and simple. Let's hope that they they do a better job of dealing with it. They've done a great job thus far, obviously, because we haven't had anything like this happen. 67 people, that's just a huge amount. You don't expect something like this to happen in our country. You don't hear about very many plane crashes in our country. You might hear about some small, like, some Cessnas or something like that. Yeah, people who could have to take care of their own stuff, and they're probably not taking care of them as good as they should. But you don't hear about stuff like this happening. Now, just jumping into what you were saying, I mean, once
Yeah.
we start getting rid of 2 million more federal employees, you have people scared for their, for their jobs right now. You're talking about, hey, just take this severance pay, or be basically be worried about your job. How good of a job can a person do when they're worried about their job?
Well, and the
You
thing
know what I
about
mean?
that too is, I was reading up on it, and it wasn't the HR that sent it. Elon Musk came in there with three of his buddies that he supports, put him in position, and they went around the HR. They made a whole program to be able to get everyone's emails, and then they sent it out to those people. So it wasn't even the HR department that sent it; it was Elon Musk that sent it out to everyone. And it's
Well, I
crazy
mean,
how this man who's an illegal immigrant is allowed to make a lot of changes here in our country. But what it is gonna be is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? We
absolutely.
could complain about it, but it's already here. It's already be done. And then taking that on a side note, you know.